This is Professor Mohsen Zadeh. I'm back and trying to record another video for the second project for Engineering 151. And the third solid models that I'm going to create is a little bit, challenging because I don't think we have done the pulleys and wheels during the all this assignment, regular assignment you have done. So you pay attention to this one here. So we have the I'm going to create the wheel support for this project that we're working on. So I'm going to start with a new, and then we can call this a wheel, okay? WHEEL, okay, wheel. All right, so we're gonna go here and turn the plane back on, and we go to revolve and placement, define. Again, we click on we're gonna place the or the sketching plane will be used on the right side view or right plane, and then we have the reference top and orientation should be top, okay? All right, so we go sketch view, get rid of all this display. Make sure that you put the axis of revolution or the center line, we call it the geometric center line, on the x-axis, okay? On the x-axis. Do not worry about the center line, that center line here, okay? You can place the center line on a vertical axis, but the wheel is going to be revolve around this axis here, which is the axis of revolution, okay? All right, let's get it started. I'm gonna start from somewhere here, okay, on this below the axis, somewhere here. I'm gonna create a rectangle, and that rectangle has a width of 15, okay, and I'm going to use, this is a great thing about the revolve, okay, because it recognizes that we're using that axis as the axis of revolution, and it's going to tell us, okay, what's the total diameter of this wheel or the pulley, or if you're creating or designing a pulley or wheel, and we're gonna give that total diameter is 40, okay? That's fascinating. That is there, and this let me see, let me go back. I think there's something went wrong on this one. Let me just see what this is all about. We have another measurement here with respect to that, and that is this is 10, and I need to give this measurement here. This will be 15, and this is a thickness of the base, so that will be 40 minus 33, the difference of two circles, okay? 40 minus 33, whatever that is, we divide it by 2, okay? So we say 7 divided by 2, so it's going to be 3.5, okay? That's better, okay? That's much better, okay? 3.5. So then I'm going to give the total diameter of from this point here, from this point to here, and then we go back to that point, and then I'm going to say give me the total diameter of this wheel, which is 40. Okay, that's better. Okay, now I'm happy. Okay, so that is the 40, which is the outer diameter of the wheel is 40. Okay, great. And now that we have that, we have the 15 width, and this is 3.5 thickness. We're gonna create a groove inside here. I'm gonna just cut through this, and do not worry about, just pick a line and then trim this piece here and here, and then make it symmetrical of that point and this point with respect to this axis, and then you give an angle of 90 degrees. Okay, 90 degrees. Okay, perfect. 90 degrees, we are okay. Then we have let's make sure that this measurement is 4. Okay, 4, no, it's not, so we're gonna give 4, and since this is a symmetrical, this must be 4 also, so but we don't need it. Okay, so we're gonna just check, yeah, it is 4, so undo. So perfect. Then we're going to create another rectangle somewhere here. Okay, and that is this should be I'm going to trim this line and this line here, so that's 90, and this is okay, let me see, that will be we're gonna have a rectangle from here to there, and this thickness is going to be 5. Okay, 5, and since it's symmetrical, we are okay with that. We're okay. And the next thing is to give the height of this, which will be let me see if I can create maybe another thickness, then we can just do it all at the same time. Okay, all right, so I'm gonna go and create another rectangle here, and that is going, let me trim a little bit, so because there are too many lines coinciding, so we're gonna just remove these lines, just trim it, and there we go. And this is, we're gonna bring this a little bit lower, and then let's see if I could maybe say this, if I go corner, I say this with this, yeah, that's great. Okay, it's gonna patch this. Okay, perfect. So precisely, and we're going to give the dimension from here to here, which is 15. All right, great. And this is that thickness there is going to be half of 7, or 3.5. Okay, 3.5, and let me trim this piece here and that piece there. Okay, and that angle is 90, and this is 3.5, and this should be 1 point. Okay, that's 3.54, that's 5, and this should be 1 point. You might say, where did I get this number here? 1.875. 1.875, and that is okay, let's see if I could look at the wheel dimension is a 40 or 10 minus 6.25, and then whatever that is divided by 2, you get 1.875. Okay, great. So this is also 15 because it has to be the same, and this has to be 5 from here to here. It's 5. Okay, 5. All right, so that looks like it's shaping now. It's shaping to be a portion of the wheel. Okay, 1.875, and this diameter of the hole that is going to be cut, and that should be about 6.25. Okay, 6.25. You might say, how did I get that? You look at the drawing, and then it says the diameter of the hole is 6.25. So this thickness here was 10 minus, let me just show you the math in here. Okay, I'll say 10 minus 6.25, and then whatever that is, we divided by 2. 3.75 divided by 2 gives you 1.875. It does the math for you. Okay, all right, beautiful. So I created this portion of the wheel down below the axis of revolution, and the total diameter for this wheel is 40. The hole that is is going to be open. It has a diameter of 6.25. Make sure that you change the decimal places. You go to the drawing and then you change it to 3 decimal places. Otherwise, you may not see this. It's going to round it to 1.88, because if you have 2 decimal places by default, this will show as a 1.88. So if we wanted to see that precisely, that's a 1.875, change the number of decimal places to 3 decimal places. Okay, all right, excellent. So that is the 4 and 15. Everything is ready to go. Now watch very carefully what happens. Okay, then we go check, and we have, there we go, we have a beautiful wheel. Look at that. And I'm happy. And it's a little bit tedious. Remember at the beginning of the video I said it's going to be a little bit challenging, tedious work. But again, that's the nature of this kind of work. You can't just say everything is going to be easy. Nothing is easy. You got to work on it, correct? So you have to think. It's like doing the algebra problem or math problem. So you got to just somehow do the work, and eventually you're gonna make it. Okay, so let's see if I can go and render it, and here, and that's, oops, it did not like that color for some reason. It did not like that. Oops. Okay, so it's there. Okay, so oops. Why is that? I don't know. There's something wrong with the there and there. Okay, we got, that's a nice color. Okay, forget about the other color, and maybe I'm gonna use that color. I hope you're having fun watching this video. Okay, all right. So, okay, this is a wheel for this project. We call it a wheel assembly. Okay, I call it a bracket. We have a bushing, not bushing. We have the, yeah, we have bushing. One thing I want you to remember, okay, you have done the project 1, you had bushing, and then you have a bushing for project 2. Somehow you have to be careful when you do the assembly. Try to erase the memory of the project 1, otherwise it will just bring the previous bushing and place it in here, which is not a good idea. Okay, I think I'm tired. I'm going to take a break, and I will continue recording the rest of these components for this assembly wheel, the wheel support assembly. Okay, so I think it's the rest are easy to do it. You have already done it on project 1. I think this one would have been a little challenge for most of you. And let me look at this the front. Okay, this is the front view. That's the front view. Beautiful. That's the front view. See that here? And this is a right side view. Look at that. Look at the right side view. Okay, perfect, perfect. That's what we want.